They huddle, send a tight end, a bunch set to the short side. Ball on the right hash mark. Now they shift it. The bunch goes to the left side. They got two tight ends actually in the game. And they line up everybody there, try to overload it, hand it off on an end-around sweep. Caught at the line of scrimmage, going to be brought down for a yard loss. And coming up to make the stop for the Weevils is 𝗗𝗟𝗘𝗏, 195-pound senior transfer from Compton, California. A loss of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11 now from their own 31-yard line. As we go under 7 minutes left to go in this opening quarter, East Central leading 7-0. Zona is going to check in on that defensive front, up 4.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Kennedy, the quarterback for the Tigers, wants to throw. Looking, quick hitter over the middle is complete to the tight end. That's going to be at the 34-yard line. He's hit immediately and brought down there. Making the stop on him is Rashard Jackson. It'll be a short game of 3 yards on the play. And bring up 3rd down and 8 now for the Tigers. So 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers from their own 34-yard line. They're one of the few teams we see huddle these days. They'll send twin receivers wide left. One comes wide to the right, tight end to the wide side of the field on the left side. Wanting to throw, Kennedy fakes right, rolling to his left, looking in the flat. Is going to be deflected and knocked down, and making a great defensive play there was 𝗗𝗟𝗘𝗏, the defensive back. He came up and just got there in the nick of time to knock that ball down. So the Weevils will force the Tigers into a 4th down situation, a punting situation. Going back deep for the Weevils is Chasden Collins. He'll stand at his own 25-yard line to await the punt. Everybody's set. They get a good snap. Left-footed kicker, end-over-end kick. This one's going to be a short one. It hits and takes a bounce for the Tigers. Hit at the 35, rolls inside the 30, the 25, all the way down to the 20-yard line. Wow, a 30, a 40, make it a 43-yard punt with the roll. And once again, the Weevils start just outside or at their own 20-yard line. They started at the 20, the 22, and the 24 on their 3 possessions now. See if they can get something rolling offensively. Back into the ball game at running back is going to be Glenn Cage. He'll line up on the right side of Falk. Fake it to him, play action, rolling right. Falk being chased, looking down, he's going to try to run it himself. He's across the 20. He'll be out to about the 23-yard line. A short gain. A lot of running there for the quarterback, Tavion Falk, but he picks up about 3 yards on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 7 now for the Weevils. Coming out of the ball game, they go with another receiver. We'll go empty backfield and 5 wide this time for the Weevils. Falk puts Smith in motion, the tight end. Falk wanting to throw, straight drop, now forced out of the pocket. In trouble and going to be sacked all the way back at the 15-yard line. The first man to get there for the Tigers is number 1, and I don't have him on my roster. Michael 𝗗𝗏𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗏. So a loss of 4 on the play. So going to mark it just outside the 15-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 14. Weevil spread the field again. Stay 5 wide. 4-man rush. Quick slant pattern over the middle, going to be incomplete. Pass was intended for the Weevils, Amari Cox, but just a little underthrown, a little behind him, and the Weevils will have to punt it away again now with 4:28 left to go here in the opening quarter. East Central leading 7-0. And the Weevil offense, after picking up a 1st down on their first 3 plays, turned it over with an interception and now go 3 and out here on this possession. 𝗗𝗜𝗏𝗧 will stand at the goal line when he gets the snap to punt it away. Gets a good snap. It's another high spiraling kick. It turns over. It'll be returned from the 36 out to the 40, cuts back to the right at midfield, breaks the tackle there to the 45 of UAM, hit and knocked out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. And coming up to make the hit on him was 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗘𝗥, the senior, one-year letterman out of Monticello, Texas. He laid the wood on him right there at the 40-yard line. Say where he went out of bounds. But the Tigers get excellent field position to work with 4:11 to go here in the opening quarter. Tigers leading 7-0. The Tigers offense comes onto the field. UAM defense gets set. Sergio Kennedy, your quarterback. Got a new running back for East Central this time. It is Jaquarian Turner. Kennedy goes underneath center for this series. Hands it off to Turner. Turner over the right side. He'll carry inside the 40 down to the Weevil 38-yard line and be down there. That'll be a gain of 2 on the play. Coming up to make the stop, there's G. Evans again. In on the stop, coming from his linebacker spot. Spotted just inside the 38, almost the 37-yard line. It'll be a second down and a long 7 for the Tigers. Ball on the right hash mark. They'll go with the bunch set to the wide side of the field on the left. One receiver comes wide right into the boundary. Kennedy, here comes the blitz. They pick it up. Quick hitter over the middle is complete on a hot route there and going to be down at the 32-yard line. Making the catch, his second catch of the evening, is Connor Combs. And he's going to be just a couple of yards shy of the first down. Actually, it'll be 3rd down and 3. Quickly, they snap it. Another wide receiver screen. This one's complete. He's hit behind the line. Not going to get the first down. And coming up to make the stop for UAM, let me make sure I get his number right. His jersey's all twisted up on the front. I believe it's number 25. It is for the Weevils, and that is 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥. A freshman, a redshirt freshman out of Lat, South Carolina, making the stop. It'll bring up a 3rd down. There was a penalty on the play, however, and it's against the Weevils. Oh, my goodness. Offsides called against the penalty. As the penalty called, it'll be a 5-yard penalty, and that's the second time here in the first quarter that the Weevils have given them a first down on 3rd down due to a penalty. So that will keep the drive alive for East Central with 2:55 left to play in the opening period. They lead at 7-0. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball spotted at the Weevil 28-yard line. Twin backs in the backfield. Line up on either side of Kennedy. Going to keep it himself. Kennedy coming to the right side. Tackled from behind at the 20-yard line. Boy, it doesn't look like he's covering much ground, but he covers 8 yards there. Leading the way for the Weevils, that's big 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗏, the defensive lineman. He's 6'3", 280. In on the stop, but it's 8 yards down the field. A gain of 8, 2nd down and 2 now for ECU. We'll see their starting running back come back in, 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥. They go with twin receivers wide to the left. They stay with the twin backs in the backfield. So you've got 𝗟𝗓𝗓 and Thompson. Going to dump it off to 𝗟𝗓𝗓 out of the backfield. He's at the 20, the 15, hit and bumped out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. That'll be another first down, and it will be 1st and goal to go for the Tigers just inside the Weevil 10-yard line. With 1:47 to play here in the first quarter. Tigers lead at 7-0, and they're knocking on the door. 1st and goal from just inside the 10-yard line. Kennedy lines up in the shotgun. Thompson will be his lone setback in the backfield. Kennedy, one to throw, throwing it toward the end zone. It is going to be caught. Touchdown, Tigers. Making the grab there in the end zone was Caden Jones, the wide receiver. That ball was thrown only where Jones could get to it to his outside shoulder. The defender for the Weevils was Charles Thomas, and he had no chance to get to that on a perfectly thrown ball. And the Tigers extend their lead 13-0 with the extra point coming. McGregor will kick it out of the hold of Reese Connor. Everybody's set. They go into a traditional formation for the extra point. Snaps down. The kick's on its way, and it is good. The Tigers of ECU have taken a 14-0 lead with 1:16 left to go here in the first quarter here on the campus of UAM at Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium. I'm Jimmy Sledge. We'll be back with more UAM football right after this. $14-0 lead, 1:16 to play in the first quarter. They'll kick it off again. Collins will field it at the 8. Going to hand it off at the 15. Got some room. Coming right toward the UAM bench at the 30, 35, 40. Down the sideline across midfield. They say he stepped out of bounds. And on the return there was Chaston Collins. That may be the spark that the Weevils need. No flags up the field. And the Weevils are going to say he stepped out of bounds at the Weevil 45-yard line. So a 35-yard kickoff return by the Weevils. And they'll have it 1st and 10, their best starting position of the evening. Tavion Falk, your quarterback. Tavion going to leave it with his tailback this time. He's hit a yard behind the line of scrimmage, going to be dropped for a loss. Oh, my goodness. That's Jalen Sultan, the running back, 195-pound junior transfer from Horn Lake, Mississippi. And by the time he got the ball, there was nothing there. It was designed to go off tackle. He tried to cut it to the outside, and that allowed the pursuit to catch up to him. All right, Cage will check back in. Glenn Cage checks back in at running back. Falk with twin receivers wide right. 2nd down and 11. They'll change the play at the line of scrimmage. Looking at Coach Qualls over there, the offensive coordinator. He gets the play called in. Falk gets the snap, hands it off up the middle to Cage. He's hit a yard deep now. See if they mark his forward progress back at the 44-yard line. They will, so no gain on the play. And the Weevils finding the running up front tough. Jalen Sultan will check back in at running back. Cage will come out. It'll be 3rd down and 11 now for the Boll Weevils from their own 44-yard line. As time has expired here at the end of the first quarter. 14-0. The Tigers of ECU have opened up the lead. We've got 15 minutes in the books. We're headed for the second quarter with the Weevils looking at 3rd down and 11 from their own 44-yard line when we return to Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium right after this timeout. receivers here to the wide side on the right. Ball's on the left hash mark. One receiver over there in man-to-man coverage on the short side of the field. Put another receiver in motion to the short side. Falk wanting to throw, steps up. He's going to take off. Across midfield, got the first down. Dives forward to the 40-yard line of ECU. Tavion Falk had nowhere to go with it, so he took off with his feet. Picks up a big first down and puts it inside Tiger territory at the 39-yard line. Quickly, they'll snap the football. Handoff over the left side. Got some room. That's a 35. The 30 going to be tripped up and brought down. Close to another first down. And on the run that time was Jalen Sutton. They mark it right at the first down marker. Weevils going up. No huddle. Quick offense. Falk wanting to throw. Throws into the flat. It's going to be complete, it looked like. Yes, it is complete for the first down. And that was coming out of the backfield to Sultan. So the Weevils move the chains as they go up in the speed offense. Now they slow it down just a bit. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line of ECU. Trailing 14-0. Weevils on the move. Twins come wide right. Twins go wide left. Falk looking back into the sideline to Coach Qualls. He'll look over the defense. Now they'll change the play at the line of scrimmage. Tigers stay in a 4-man front defensively. Falk wanting to throw again. Steps up, goes deep down the field. Going to be incomplete down inside the 10. Pass was intended down there for TJ Fields. Just threw it over the wrong shoulder. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 now from the 25-yard line of ECU. Checking in, Joshua Dixon will go in as a tight end or blocking back. TJ Fields will come out. He'll line up on the left side of the ball. And Falk again checking with Coach Qualls here on the sideline. They go with the play call and hand it off. Left side of Sultan. Sultan hit behind the line of scrimmage. Going to be dropped for a 2-yard loss. Back at the 27-yard line. Make it the 28-yard line. So there's still a 2-yard loss. 3rd down and 12 now for the Weevils. Checking in at tight end, Strand Smith will come in for the Weevils. He'll go as a wide out, though, and he'll split out there wide left. Twins on that side. Trips come to the right, empty backfield, and 5 wide. Falk, straight drop, looking over the middle, throws complete to Collins inside the 20. He dives down close to the 15-yard line. Another big 3rd down conversion there on a 3rd and long. This time it's Falk to Collins. And they mark it at the 16. They say it is about a football length short of the first down. Oh, wow, I thought he had the first down. Less than a yard. Weevils are going to go for it here with 12:20 to play in the first half. 14-0. ECU with the lead. Weevils line up to go for it on 4th and short. They're going to go with a pass play. It is caught inside the 5 at the 2-yard line. And let's see who made the catch over there for the Weevils. Looks like number 16, Michael Lott, 6'4", 250-pound junior transfer from Tampa, Florida. Goes up and gets the grab. It'll be 1st and goal to go for the Weevils. Ball at the 2-yard line. Gage checks back in at running back. Gage gets the call, handoff right up the middle, pushes the pile down close to the 1-yard line. Just shy of the goal line. It'll be 2nd and goal now for UAM. 2nd and goal from about the 1. Weevil stay with Twins wide right. One receiver goes wide left. Glenn Cage stays in at the running back spot. He'll line up on the left side of Falk. Falk looking. Going to hand it off again straight ahead to Cage. Cage into the end zone. No, they say he did not make it. Did not make it. It'll be less than a yard. 3rd and goal. This ECU defense stiffening up the middle. They've been tough all here in the first half. But the Weevils trying to stuff it in. will send another tight end back into the ball game. For UAM, it is Joshua Dixon. He'll line up on the left side of the ball. On the left end, it's a tight end. 3rd and goal from inside the 1. 8 men in the box. Falk will keep it or make it. Yeah, Falk keeps it himself. He's into the end zone. Touchdown. Tavion Falk from 1 yard out will go into the end zone for the score and pull the Weevils to within 8. With the extra point coming from 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗍 10:09 left to go. Weevils went in a hurry-up offense and didn't allow ECU to make substitutes on defense. Took advantage of that. Hit 2 big 3rd down conversions on that drive. 3rd and long. To keep the drive alive, and Tavion Falk from 1 yard out puts it in the end zone. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗍 will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Caden Glenn. Snaps down, the kick's on its way, and it is good. 14-7. Weevils pull to within a touchdown with 10:09 left to play here in the first half. You're listening to UAM Football on KHPM 93.7 FM. We're back in a moment. This afternoon, Southern Arkansas defeated Southern Nazarene 26-18 out in Bethany, Oklahoma. On Thursday night, Arkansas Tech defeated Northwest Oklahoma State 44-0, and Harding played on Thursday night as well. They defeated Southwest Oklahoma by a score of 55-0. It's a 14-7 ball game here at Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium. The Weevils just put 7 points on the board, a 1 yard run from Tavion Falk, the quarterback. That capped off a 63-yard drive for UAM. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗍 will kick this one off. Another high kick headed toward the 5. Going to bounce and go out of bounds at the 5-yard line. He's trying to pin it in the corner and put it in the end zone, but it took a funny hop and went out of bounds. So the Tigers are going to get it 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line with 10:09 left to play here in the first half. 14-7. The Tigers scored 14 unanswered before the Weevils get on the board here early in the second quarter. Kicking out, yeah. Now spotted out at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. 1 receiver wide left. They go with a tight end set. 2 tight ends stacked. Now put a receiver in motion, and flags come in before the snap. The officials talking to one of the coaches over there. Here we go.
East Central, first of the half.
An official timeout is going to be called down on the field. All right. 10:08 left to play in the first half. It is 14-7. A timeout on the field. Tigers lead it here at Convoy Leslie. We'll take another commercial break and be back with more UAM football in just a moment. Timeout, 1st and 10 Tigers. They'll hand it off to Turner right up the middle. He cuts back to his right. He's out over the 45, midfield, inside Weevil territory to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Tigers go hurry up. They go bunch set to the right, quarterback draw. Kennedy keeps it himself. He'll carry it down for 4 yards down to the 40-yard line of UAM. It'll be 2nd down and 6 from there. That time they put 4 receivers all stacked out wide to the right, trying to spread the UAM defense out and get the linebackers out of the middle of the field and let the quarterback do the work. He picks up 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6 now for ECU from the Weevil 40-yard line. 14-7. Tigers with the lead. 9:15 left to play. First half. They go back to the bunt set. This time to the wide to the left or to the left. Put a tight end in motion. Falk wanting to throw. Kennedy looking and pressure, going to be sacked all the way back inside Tiger territory, and coming through is 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗍𝗂. He was up the middle and took Kennedy down all the way back. They'll mark it at midfield. It's going to be a loss of 10 on the play. So it'll be 3rd down and 16. Now for ECU. 3rd down and 16 for the Tigers as they have a huddle. Play clock down to 12 as they break the huddle. The lone setback in the backfield is Turner. Sergio Kennedy, the quarterback. Wanted to throw, straight drop, looking, forced out of the pocket. Dumps it off short, it's going to be caught and hit immediately and dropped well short of the 1st down. Only a 3-yard gain. Coming up to make the stop for the Bo Weevils, that's Dejon Doss, the freshman transfer. Coming up to make the stop, and the Tigers are going to have to punt it away, and they'll hope to pin UAM back deep in their own territory. 14-7, Weevils trail. 7:47 to play in the first half. The punter, Reese Connor, will kick it away back deep. For the Weevils is Chasden Collins. He'll stand about his own 10-yard line to await the punt. And everybody's set. He gets a good snap, no pressure. A high end-over-end kick. It's going to hit at the 15. Takes, going to be hit at the 15-yard line. And now they're going to rule it dead down at the 7. It should be back up where they first touched it. Yeah, that one official is going to mark it back up at the 15-yard line. Well, I thought they were going to mark it down at the 7. They are. Actually, they're marking it at the 11-yard line. That's a bad spot for the Weevils. It was touched with the player up at the 15-yard line. But anyway, UAM's going to get it 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Make it to 13. It'll be 1st and 10. Empty backfield now for Tavion Falk. Put Smith, the tight end, comes back in motion, lines up in the backfield. Going to hand it off to him. He's out over the 15, sidesteps 1, gets to the 17-yard line, and a nice run there by number 15 for the Weevils. That is Strand Smith. Listed as a tight end. He went back there and lined up in the backfield. A junior, one-year letterman from Benton, Arkansas. Picks up 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4. This time Smith lines up as a wideout. Twins to the right, trips to the left. Empty backfield. Tavion looking to throw. Steps up, fires down the field. Complete to Stan Smith at the 30. He's out to the 32-yard line. Will move the chain, and that'll be a big 1st down for the Weevils. Stan Smith, the junior, one-year letterman from Benton, Arkansas. Met his parents last week. First and 10, Bo Weevils. 6:30 left to play. Another pass intended for Smith this time. It's going to be in and out of his hands, out near the 35. Last year, Stan was a quarterback, backup quarterback. Moved his role to the tight end. He's listed at 6'2", 235. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now for the Weevils. The clock will stop with 6:22 to play in the first half. 14-7. ECU with the lead. Weevils with the football. The tight end this time is Joshua Dixon. He'll line up on the right side. Falk going to hand it off to Sultan. Sultan over that left side. Maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, a half a yard possibly, but not much there for the running back, Jalen Sultan. It'll bring up third down. We'll call it no gain on the play. 3rd and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Well, that last drive, they hit a couple of big third down conversions on 3rd and long. See if they can do it here to keep the drive alive. Tigers go to a 3-man front. They've gone to a 3-4 defense this time. On 3rd and long, Falk in the pocket, has time, throws down the field, and it is going to be incomplete. It was intended for TJ Fields. The defender got there the same time the ball did. There is a flag on the play at midfield. Fields a little shaken up. He took a pretty good shot from behind. Now let's see what the penalty is going to be all about. The flag looks like it's going to go against ECU. Personal foul, spearing. Going to be the call against the Tigers. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty. Head-to-head contact. They led with his head and hit Fields in the back of the head. As I said, he was shaking up just a little bit. They're going to call an official timeout on the field with 5:39 to play here in the first half. It is 14-7. The Tigers of ECU have a lead over the Boll Weevils. They'll mark off the penalty, and it'll be an automatic first down. They're going to go review it. That's what it is. Before they mark off the call on the field, though, was a targeting call. The officials have to go review that. So they'll go and look at it. While they do that, we'll take a break. We'll be back with more UAM football in just a moment. Stadium. The ruling on the field, or the call on the field, was a targeting call on that last play. The officials are over at the review booth taking a look at it. If you joined us late, the Tigers of ECU put up 14 unanswered in the first quarter. But the Weevils finally got some momentum going to start the second quarter, and they ended up going 63 yards. And Tavion Falk finished off the drive with a 1-yard run. The Weevils pulled to within 7. After that, the Weevils forced ECU into punting from right at midfield and took over at their own 12-yard line. And we're looking at 3rd down and long, 3rd and 10, when this targeting call flag came in. We'll see what the official has to say about it as they make their way back out onto the field. They're not going to say it was not targeting, so it's not going to go the Weevils' way. It'll be ruled as an incomplete pass. Oh, wow. 4th and 10 for the Weevils. We'll send the punting unit on with 5:39 to go in the first half. Weevils have 2 timeouts remaining. The Tigers have 2 timeouts remaining here in the half. Dylan Duhan again does the punting, does all the kicking for the Weevils. Tigers will send 1 man back deep. Connor Combs. Duhan looks over everything. Now calls for the snap. Gets a good snap right to him. Pressure up the middle, and it's blocked. It's blocked and recovered by ECU. Oh, my. They got pressure right up the middle and a block punt by the Tigers, and they will recover down at the Weevil. It's going to be at the 17-yard line. Oh, my. A block punt. And the Tigers will have it 1st and 10 at the Weevil 17. So now your defense is backed up deep in your own territory. Got to try to make a stand here and at least hold them to a field goal. With 5:32 remaining in the first half, trailing 14-7, UAM's defense is going to have a big task right here. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗘𝗥, the quarterback. The tailback is 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗘𝗥, their leading ground gainer on the season. Weevils put 7 in the box. They'll go with 2 tight ends. Falk going to keep it or make it third. Kennedy's going to keep it himself. Weevils giving chase back around the 20-yard line. They're going to run him out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line. And coming up to do that was 𝗗𝗓𝗓 for UAM. He's going to mark it back at the 19-yard line. So it's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 12 now for ECU. Ball spotted at the Weevil 29-yard line. 2nd down and 12. They went with the 2 tight ends that time, bunched everything in and tried to get the quarterback to run wide. This time they'll spread the field. Empty backfield. 4 wide and a tight end set. Now put the tailback in motion. Play action. Flag comes in, throws toward the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. And I believe that should be a holding call called against ECU here. If it is, it'll be 2nd down and 22. If the Weevils decide to take the penalty, which I'm sure they will. The officials are discussing the call. See if we can get the call from the head man.
There is no foul on the play. 3rd down.
Oh, no, they're going to wave off another flag. Man, oh, man, 2nd time I get goes against the Weevils when they wave off a flag. But it will remain 3rd down. It will be 3rd down and 12 now for the Tigers at the 19-yard line of UAM. They lead it. The Tigers lead it 14-7. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗘𝗥 lines up into pistol formation behind Kennedy, the quarterback. Twins go wide right. Going to hand it off to 𝗗𝗜𝗧. Weevils make him go laterally. Lots of flags everywhere as 𝗗𝗧𝗧 turns the corner, goes inside the 10, down close to the 4-yard line before he's finally run out of bounds. But there's a flag at the line of scrimmage and a flag in the backfield. So surely one of those flags will stick. With 4:31 left to go here in the first half. All right. Officials are going to, again, confer and see what will come out of that. 2 flags on the play. One at the line of scrimmage. The other's back at the 25-yard line. It was in the backfield.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the offense. The legal penalty is declined. Holding, number 67.
All right, there were 2 flags on the play. One was an offside, the other was a holding. They'll take the 2nd penalty. It's a 10-yard penalty. It'll remain 3rd down, and they'll mark it all the way back at the 29-yard line. So 3rd down and 22 for the Tigers. 3rd down and 22 from the Weevil 29-yard line. Kennedy out again, out of the shotgun. Hands off to 𝗗𝗧𝗧. 𝗗𝗧𝗧 gets outside. He's at the 30. Good pursuit. He's going to be knocked down for no gain on the play. And coming up to make the stop on him was G. Evans. Again, making the stop. And the Tigers are going to be looking at 4th down and 22 from the Weevil 29. They're going to send on the field goal unit with 3:57 and counting left to go here in this first half of play. They lead at 14-7. Their kicker, this will be a 46-yard attempt from the left hash mark. Snaps down, the kick's on its way. It is long enough, and it is good. From 46 yards out, the Tigers extend their lead 17-7 with 3:31 to play here in the first half. UAM will have the football when we come back to Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium in just a moment. Following a block punt, they took over at the 12. Weevils backed them up. A penalty here and then a sack, and they end up with a 46-yard field goal for the Tigers to lead it 17-7. Collins will field this kickoff at the 8, up to the 10, up over the 20, 25, the 30, going to get out close to the 35-yard line before he's finally brought down there, and that's where the Weevils will have it. 1st and 10 with 3:25 to go before halftime, trailing 17-7. They're going to say his knee went down at the 33-yard line, so that's where the Weevils will start, as they'll be 67 yards away. They've got 2 timeouts left to work with, and so do the Tigers of ECU. Tigers go back into a 4-man front defensively on 1st down. Tavion Falk, again, your quarterback. Puts the tight end in motion. Dixon, he'll go to the left. They're going to hand it off. Coming back right. Got some room. 35, 40, down the right sideline, out over the 45, and steps out of bounds there. As that is the running back, 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥. That'll move the chains. A gang of 7, make it 12 on the play. 1st and 10 for the Weevils at the 45-yard line, their own 45. Stayed in bounds, so the clock continues to run. On 1st and 10. Falk again, wanting to throw this time. Fires over the left side. It's complete on a skinny post pattern over there. Out over midfield inside Tiger territory. And that one was complete to Amari Cox, his first catch of the night. A gain of 7 on the play. 2nd down and 3. Quickly the Weevils go hurry up offense. Back to the line of scrimmage. Again, Dixon comes in motion. This time lines up to the wide side of the field. Falk wanting to throw again. Fires. It's caught for the 1st down and hit immediately there at the 43-yard line of the Tigers. Making the catch for UAM is A.K. Hazley. We'll move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 Weevils from the 43 now of the Tigers as we go under 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to play here in the first half. We're heading down to that 2-minute warning here at the end of the half. Falk gets the snap, hands it off. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗍 straight ahead. Will bull his way ahead close to the 40-yard line. Just inside the 40 is where they'll mark him down. And that will be a stoppage of play as we go into the 2-minute warning here before the end of the first half. We'll take the break with them at 17-7. Tigers lead it. 1:56 to go before halftime. Weevils on the move, hoping to get some points before halftime. We're back right after this. A minute 56 left to play before halftime. A gain of 4 on that last play. It's 2nd down and 6 now for UAM. Weevils will send Collins and Amari Cox split wide to the left. Hazley comes wide right. Falk wanting to throw on 2nd and 6. Looking, has time, has a man down the field. He goes high in the air and can't hold on to it. Oh, A.K. Hazley jumped all as high as he could go. Got both hands on it, but couldn't hold on. That'll stop the clock with a minute 51 to play before half. And the Weevils look at 3rd down and 6 now from the Tiger 39-yard line. So 3rd down and 6. Weevils are going to go empty backfield and 5 wide. The trips over there on the left side are 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗗𝗓𝗓, along with Collins and Cox. Looking right, throwing over the middle is complete at the Tiger 25, falling forward down to the 21-yard line and making the catch. His first catch of the night, or second catch of the night, is Michael Lott. We'll move the chains. It'll be a 1st down for the Weevils down at the 21-yard line of ECU. Make it the 22-yard line of ECU. 1st and 10. They stay empty backfield and 5 wide. Tigers stay in a 4-man front. Now Stan Smith comes back at the running back spot. Handed off to him, cuts back against the grain, and he's not much there. Not much there. Actually a loss of about 1 yard on the play, and the Weevils are going to use their 2nd timeout of the half here. They'll stop the clock with a minute 21 remaining before halftime. It'll be 2nd down and 11. I'll make it 12, a loss of 2 on that last play. So the Weevils use their 2nd timeout. They'll have 1 remaining. Trailing 17-7 to the Tigers of ECU here on Family and Parent Appreciation Day. Great crowd on hand, had a lot of folks in. Again, want to say congratulations to the family that traveled the furthest. That's 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗓𝗏's family. They traveled all the way from California, 2,004 miles. They come for Family, Parent, and Appreciation Day here on the campus of UAM. And then Keith Wells Jr., he's got the most family members here. He's from right here in Monticello. Second down and 12 for the Weevils. A minute 21 to play before halftime. Ball spotted at the Tiger 23, make it the 24-yard line. Weevils stay empty backfield and 5 wide. Trips to the right. Twins go wide left. Tigers will rush 5. They bring the blitz. Falk unloads it toward the end zone. It's going to be incomplete, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Oh, he went high in the air and hit him in the numbers. Amari Cox, normally a sure-handed receiver, just couldn't hold on to it. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 12 now for the Weevils with a minute 14 left to play before halftime. Weevils are just going to go with 4 wide now on 3rd down and 12. Put a receiver in motion to the short side of the field. Falk, Tavion, straight drop, steps up, fires deep down the field, has a man wide open. It's touchdown Weevils. Touchdown Weevils. Amari Cox. That time he made sure he held on to the football, and the Weevils pulled to within 4. It's 17-13 with a minute 8 left to play before halftime. And Dylan 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗓𝗏 will come on and try to pull the Weevils to within a field goal. UAM is going to get the football to start the 3rd quarter as well, as ECU won the opening toss and elected to receive. All right, 𝗗𝗜𝗏𝗓𝗏 will attempt the extra point and try to pull the Weevils to within 3. Everybody's set. Good snap. Kicks on its way, and this one is through the uprights. And nope, it is not through the uprights. It comes wide right. Oh, my. 17-13 is where our score stands with 1:08 left to play before half. We'll come back with the kickoff in just a moment. Halftime. Weevils took just a little over 2 minutes on that drive. 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥 going to kick a high end over end kick. This one will be fielded at the 12. Returned up over the 15 to the 20. Tries to come outside. He's at the 25, the 30. He's going to be run out of bounds up near the 35-yard line. Coming down on the special teams to make the stop is Torrin Jackson. Sophomore letterman, one-year letterman out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Played high school football at Watson Chapel. There is a flag, however, back at the 32-yard line. So the flag is back at the 32. The play ended up near the 35 here on the UAM sideline. See if we can get the call from the White Hat.
Holding, return team, number 37.
Holding, called against the return team. So they'll go from the end. From where the flag, a spot foul from the 32, mark it back to the 22 with 1:01 left to play now before half. The Tigers do have 2 timeouts remaining. UAM has 1. What the defense doesn't want to do is let anybody get behind them here, because UAM's going to get the football to start the second half. Kennedy out of the shotgun. Going to leave it with his tailback, 𝗟𝗟𝗟𝗟𝗟. 𝗟𝗟𝗟𝗟 carries it out close to the 25. He'll get it to the 26-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 4 on the play. Bring up second down. The clock will continue to run. Now the officials stop the clock. All right. Was there a penalty on the play?
Offensive player's helmet came off. By rule, it's a 10-second runoff. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 45 seconds.
All right, they stopped the clock for some reason. Now they're going to reset it to 45 and then blow it in play. The helmet came off. The player took his helmet off, and that caused the runoff by rule. Now they start the clock. Second down and 6 for ECU. Kennedy wanting to throw. Steps back, fires into the sideline, is underthrown, intended out there about the 30-yard line. It'll bring up third down and 6 now with 34 seconds remaining. The clock will stop with the incomplete pass there. And the Weevils will shift in some defensive players here on 3rd and long. Ball is spotted at the 26-yard line of ECU. The yard to gain is out at the 33. So 3rd down and 7 almost. Kennedy has 𝗟𝗟𝗟𝗟𝗟 in the backfield beside him on the right. Now hand it to 𝗟𝗟𝗟𝗟𝗟. 𝗟𝗟𝗟 cuts it to the outside. He's out over the 30, a run out of bounds up near the 32. Going to be very close to the first down marker. We'll see if he got it. It's here on the all the way across the field. They're going to look at it. They mark him out of bounds right at the 33-yard line. And now there's a flag on the play. Holding. The call against ECU. All right, we'll take the penalty. We'll take the penalty. 28 seconds remain now before halftime. 17-13. ECU with a 4-point lead. They jumped out to a 14-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. Weevils outscored them 13-3 here in the second period. They marked the penalty off. It'll be 3rd down and 15 for the Tigers. Ball spotted back at their own 17-yard line. Weevils will rush 4. Falk going to hand it off to 𝗟𝗟𝗓. 𝗟𝗟𝗓 being chased in the backfield. He'll fall down. A flag comes in at the end of the play back at the 10-yard line. Oh, wow. Now a late flag comes in from the back judge here on the defensive side. We'll see what the first penalty is about. There's 21 seconds remaining. And they're talking with Coach Jackson here on the sideline. He doesn't look too happy with what they're talking about. Holding
Illegal blindside block.
and an illegal blindside block against the offense. The penalties are going to be declined. It'll bring up 4th down. The loss is all the way back to the 9-yard line. So it's going to bring up 4th down and a while. 4th down and a long ways to go. They'll punt from their own end zone with 21 seconds. Weevils are going to get the football back. Collins is back deep. He'll stand at the Tiger 45-yard line awaiting the punt. Hadn't been able to return a punt tonight. See if the Weevils go after it. They bring pressure. They get the punt off. It's a high, wobbly kick. Collins will field it at the 42. Return to the 40. The 35. Upended there at the 38-yard line. And the Weevils will have 1 timeout and 15 seconds left to go before half to try to get some points on the board and close this gap or possibly take the lead. 17-13. Tigers lead it. We'll see what Coach Qualls and the offense can draw up here with 15 seconds to go. Ball is spotted at the Tiger 33-yard line. 1st and 10 Weevils. Tavion Falk, your quarterback. Falk will line up in the shotgun. He'll have Sultan on his left side. Twin receivers go to either side. Tigers are going to show a 4-man front defensively. They will rush 4. Falk forced out of the pocket, running to his right, taking a lot of time, headed toward the sideline. He'll get it out of bounds. Down close to the 27-yard line with 8 seconds remaining. So now you either got to try a field goal from here or try to send one toward the end zone for the Weevils. I thought they're going to leave the offense out there for right now. A gain of 6 on that last play by Tavion Falk. He did get out of bounds, so it stopped the clock with 8 seconds to go before half. And they're going to go for it here on 2nd down and 4 with 8 seconds remaining. Ball at the 22-yard line. Falk in the pocket. Fires over the middle. It's complete at the 20. He'll fall forward to the 18. 2 seconds. Did they get the timeout called? Yes, 2 seconds remaining. Weevils get the timeout call. We'll see the field goal unit come on and try to pull the Weevils to within 1. Oh, 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗍 missed an extra point just a moment ago. This one will be from the right hash mark. As the Weevils called the timeout, their final timeout of the half. And they'll take it. We'll take it with them. We'll be back to see how the field goal try goes right after this timeout. 2 seconds remain before halftime. Weevils will try a 36-yard field goal to pull to within 1. The snap's down. The kick's on its way, and he shanks it off to the left. It's a live ball. It'll be picked up by UAM and carried in. I don't think the kicking team can advance it. But no time remains on the clock, and we're headed into halftime. 17-13. The Tigers of ECU with a 4-point lead over the Weevils here at Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium. 30 minutes are in the books. Oh my, 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥, normally a really accurate kicker, missed an extra point a moment ago. He drove that one a little off wide right. This one, he just got way under it and shanked it off to the left side. Never even made it to the end zone from 36 yards out. So both teams will head to the locker room. But don't forget, though, the Weevils are going to get the football to start the second half as ECU won the opening toss and took the football. So that means the Weevils will get it to start the third quarter. We're at halftime here at Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium. Our score, 17-13. The Tigers of ECU with a lead over our Bo Weevils. We'll be back with our halftime activities for you in just a moment. End of the first and in.
Today's game is brought to you by Union Bank, your hometown community bank. Union Bank and Weevil football, a winning combination. Thank you for your continued support of UAM Athletics.
Kicker Baptist 14-0, just beginning the second quarter. That ball game being played in Shawnee, Oklahoma this evening. We're at 17-13 here. The Tigers of ECU with a 4-point lead over the Boll Weevils. Let's look at some individual numbers for you. First of all, for East Central, their leading rusher here in the first half is their quarterback, 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗘𝗥. He has 7 attempts, 30 yards, but he only gained 19 net, so he lost 11. Those sacks are figured in on his losses and on his net yardage. Jakarian Turner, the second-string tailback, 2 carries for 23 yards. And then 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗘𝗥, their starter, Weevils have done a good job on him, 6 carries for only 2 yards on the night. Receiving-wise, 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗘𝗥 is 8 of 11 passing for 87 yards and a touchdown. His longest pass of the night was 37 yards. His favorite receiver on the evening has been Connor Combs. He has 5 catches for 50 yards. But the one that had the 1 catch was Caden Jones, a 1 yard. I'm going to get a 1 catch for 10 yards, and that was good for a touchdown. The other receiver is 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗘𝗥. He has 1 catch for 10, and Brooks Rigney, 2 catches for 14. For the Weevils, our leading ground gainer tonight has been Glenn Cage. 7 carries for 36 yards, no negative losses on it. His longest was a 12-yard run, so he's been grinding it out on those 7 carries to get 36 yards. Then Tavion Falk, the quarterback, 7 rushes. He'll net 18 yards. Jalen Sutton, 4 carries for 5, and Strand Smith, 2 carries for 5 yards as well. On the night, Tavion Falk has gone 9 of 17 with 1 interception and 1 touchdown. The longest pass of the night, a 23-yard pass, and that was the touchdown pass to Amari Cox. Let's see, receiving, Michael Lott with 2 catches for 32 yards. Amari Cox, 2 catches for 30 yards. And A.K. Hazley, 2 catches for 15. Strand Smith, 1 catch for 14. The Weevils trail here at halftime, 17-13 to ECU. And again, quickly, I'll recap the scoring for you. The Tigers got on the board first with 9:14 to go in the first quarter. They capped off a 5-play, 73-yard drive. Took 2 minutes and 40 seconds. They led 7-0. Just before the end of the first quarter, they scored again. This time it was a 10-yard pass to Kalen Jones from 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗘𝗥. Now 5-play, 40-yard drive for them. Took 2 minutes and 55 seconds. They led at 14-0 just before the end of the first quarter. But the Weevils got the ball back and just started the second quarter. It took them a little over 5 minutes to score, almost 6 minutes, but 10:09 to go in the half. It was Tavion Falk, a 1-yard run that capped off a 12-play, 55-yard drive, and the Weevils pulled to within 7. ECU extended their lead with 3:31 to go in the first half. It was a 46-yard field goal from their kicker, McGregor, a 4-play, 11-yard drive, and they led 17-7. The Weevils weren't done as they scored with 1:08 to go before halftime. Amari Cox caught the pass from Tavion Falk, 9 plays, 67 yards, took 2 minutes and 17 seconds. 17-13 is where we stand. The Weevils had a chance to pull it to within 1 with a 26-yard field goal attempt that the kicker, Dylan Duhan, shanked it to the left, and there we go. That's where we stand. 17-13 here at the half. The Weevils are going to get the football to start the third quarter as the Tigers won the opening toss, elected to receive. So we'll see if the momentum that the Weevils had going into halftime will continue in the second half when we return to Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium on this Saturday night, right after this timeout.
Today's game is brought to you by Union Bank, your hometown community bank. Union Bank and Bo Weevil football, a winning combination. Thank you for your continued support of UAM Athletics.
Cotton Bowl Stadium, 17-13 our scores. We get set to start the second half. UAM's going to get the football. Tigers lead it by 4. But the Weevils had some momentum there late in the first half. We'll see if that carries here into the second half and see what adjustments UAM has made. Weevils' total offense here in the first half: 37 plays, 172 yards, while the Tigers' 27 plays, 130 yards on the night. All right. Collins will be back deep for the Weevils. He'll stand about his own 5-yard line. Their kicker is Alex McGregor. He'll kick it off as this second half is set to get going. Glad you're with us here on KHPM 93.7, your home of UAM Sports. High end-over-end kick into the corner, fielded by Collins at the 5, to the 10, cuts back to his left, up to the 20, 25, makes a man miss, stumbling forward, and he'll finally be caught up with and brought down at about the 28-yard line. They'll mark it at the 28, maybe the 27-yard line where he went out of bounds, right in front of the UAM bench. So the Weevils will get it 1st and 10. They're going to spot it at the 27. As Tavion Fox, your quarterback. Weevils are going to start the third quarter, empty backfield and 5 wide. Twins to the short side, ball on the left hash mark. Weevils moving from right to left, south to north. Falk wanting to throw, steps up in the pocket, fires deep down the sideline, has a man open, and he makes the catch inside Tiger territory as he goes to the turf at the 38-yard line, and making the catch down there for the Weevils is T.J. Fields. They were playing a zone. He got in between that soft spot, between the corner and the safety, and was able to get the pass and go to the turf and make the catch. 1st and 10. Falk again, empty backfield. Again, now he's in trouble, he's going to be sacked. Coming through, one of the big defensive linemen for the Tigers, making the stop there on him. That's Christopher Campbell. There'll be a loss of 3 on the play. Make it 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 14 now for the Bo Weevils. Ball spotted at the Tiger 43-yard line. Need to get down to the 29 for the 1st down. In at tight end, Joshua Dixon lines up on the short side of the field on the right side at tight end. Going to hand it off. Cage straight ahead. Glenn inside the 40, down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. A gain of 9. They mark it at the 35-yard line. So the Weevils will look at 3rd down and 6. From the 35-yard line of ECU. You got to think the Weevils are in 4-down territory here early in the third quarter. 13-15 left to play, third period. 17-13 our score. Glenn Cage stays in at the running back. He'll line up on the right side of 𝗗𝗟𝗏𝗧𝗏. On 3rd down and 6. Handoff again. Nope, they're going to be 𝗏𝗏 keeping it himself around the right side, headed for the first down marker, and I think he's going to get it as he'll run out of bounds right at the 30, maybe the 29-yard line. I think they're going to say he stepped out, back at the 32. Wow. He must have planted his foot right there to try to stay in bounds. So it'll be 4th down and 2 now for UAM. A decision time for the Weevils. They're going to leave the offense out there. It's 4th and 2 from the 31-yard line of ECU. They need to get to the 29 for the first down. Dixon, the tight end, will line up as a fullback in front of 𝗏𝗏. They hand it off right side. Cage trying to get to the edge on the right side. He's going to be stopped right at the first down marker. It's going to depend on the spot. No, he did not make it. It's going to be a half a yard shy of the first down. And the Weevils will turn it over on downs here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter at the ECU 30-yard line. Oh, wow. That was close. Weevils took the opening kickoff here in the 3rd quarter and drive it down to the 30-yard line of ECU and turn it over on downs. Trailing by 4, 17-13. This UAM defense did a good job there in the 2nd quarter after the Tigers jumped out to a 14-0 lead, held them to only 3 points in the 2nd quarter. The quarterback, Kennedy, goes underneath center this time. Bunch set to the right, tight end. They hand it off. It's going to be the tailback with the carry over the left side, 𝗗𝗏𝗧𝗏. 𝗗𝗏, some short yardage there. He'll get 2, maybe 3. We'll see where they spot the football. Going to be spotted out at the 33-yard line, 32-yard line, a gain of only 2. So 2nd down and 8 now for ECU. They do go into a traditional huddle and huddle up and then break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. Kennedy will stay underneath center. They go with the tight end and 1 wide out on either side. Now put the tight end in motion to the wide side. Pitch back goes to 𝗟𝗟𝗏𝗟𝗏. 𝗟𝗟𝗏 met at the line, not much there. He may get a yard. And coming up to make the stop for the Weevils, big number 8, that is Keith Wells. Defensive lineman making the stop. They'll give him a gain of a yard, so it'll be 3rd down and 7 now for ECU here on their opening possession of the 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 7 from their own 33-yard line. They'll break the huddle with 15 on the play clock. This time Kennedy goes empty backfield and 5 wide. Weevil showing blitz. They bring it up the middle. Quick flare pattern complete out here in the flat to the wide receiver. He's got some room, stumbles his way across the 40, the 45, going to have the first down and more as he'll finally be brought down out at the 48-yard line. And making the catch out there is Brooks Rigney. That there is a timeout on the field. An official timeout. Not sure why they stopped play with an official timeout. No injured player anywhere. But both teams have gone to the sideline. 10:37 to play in the 3rd. It is 17-13. ECU with the football. They'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line when we return in just a moment. Well, they come back and run a play while we were away at break, and ECU ran the wide receiver on a sweep to the left. We'll pick up 13 yards and a first down to the Weevil 41-yard line. There is an injured player for UAM down near midfield, so there's another timeout on the field. We'll keep it here. 10-14 left to play in the third quarter. 17-13. ECU has the lead. Weevils got the football to start the third quarter, started at their own 28-yard line, drove all the way down to the Tiger 30, turned it over on downs, and that's where the Tigers started their first possession here in the third period. They now have it 1st and 10 at the Weevil 41 when play resumes. But again, we've got an injury timeout down on the field. Don't forget, next Saturday we'll be right back here at Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium as Henderson State comes to town. Henderson State tonight in the second quarter was leading Oklahoma Baptist 14-0 out in Shawnee, Oklahoma. The other game going on tonight in the Great American Conference, Ouachita Baptist trying to bounce back off that loss from last week. They were ahead of Southeastern Oklahoma 17-7. Still hadn't got a number on the player shaken up for the Weevils. They got him up on his feet. That's going to be, I believe, is that 8? Yep, that's number 9 for the Weevils. That is Rashad Jackson, the linebacker. He's going to run off the field under his own power, so maybe it's just got a wind knocked out of him. He's going to come over and they'll check him out here on the sideline. Tigers will have it 1st and 10 at the Weevil 41. They go empty backfield with 2 tight ends. Check that. Kennedy goes underneath center, 1 back in the backfield. Kennedy puts a receiver in motion. Going to hand it off straight ahead. Going to be hit at the 40, fall forward to the 38-yard line. Making the initial contact there was 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗍𝗓, big defensive lineman for the Weevils. He's the one that got there first and slowed him down. They mark it just inside the 40. So a gain of a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 8, or 2nd down and 9 for the Tigers. We're down to 9:35 left to go in the third. 17-13 our score. ECU with the lead. Kennedy again underneath the center. Handoff left side. That's going to be Turner, the running back. Turner carries it down close to the 36, maybe the 35. They mark him at the 36-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play. And that should bring up a 3rd down and 6. So 3rd and 6 for ECU. Ball spotted at the Weevil 36-yard line. They'll leave Turner in as a running back. Sergio Kennedy, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. Twins come wide right, one goes wide left. One to throw, looking left, looking into the sideline, fires to Turner out of the backfield. He's caught it, but he's short of the first down way. It'd be right at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to bring up a 4th down and 5. So a 4th down, we'll call it 4th and 6. Ball spotted just outside the 36-yard line of UAM. They go back and spread the field. Twins to either side. Crowd on its feet here. A 4th down conversion coming up for ECU. Kennedy, straight drop, looking, fires down the field. It's going to be deflected and knocked down. Great defensive play by the linebacker. How about that? That is the linebacker, G. Evans. He's been all over the field tonight, but he made a great defensive play there in the secondary, knocked it down, and the Weevils will take over on downs at their own 36-yard line with 7:57 to play here in the third period. So both teams have turned it over on downs to start this third quarter. And the UAM offense will come back out on the field. Tavion Falk, been your quarterback all evening long. Looks like Sultan's in at the running back spot. Put a receiver in motion to the short side. Falk wanting to throw. In trouble, dancing around. Now throws it down the field, looking for a receiver. It is caught out at the 45. Was he inbounds? No. There is a flag back up near the line of scrimmage. This one may be against ECU. I see Tavion Falk clapping. See if we can pick up the call.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block, defense, number 14.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block called against the Tigers of ECU. So we'll mark off the 15-yard penalty. That'll be a first down. It'll put it inside Tiger territory at the 48-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for the Boll Weevils. We're down to 7:47 to go in the third period. Tigers still lead at 17-13. So far, about midway through this third quarter, no score by either team. 1st and 10 Weevils from the 48 of ECU. Tavion gets the snap. Going to leave it with Sultan up the middle. Sultan will grind his way for a yard, maybe two. They get it down to the 47-yard line, so a yard gain for Sultan, Jalen Sultan. And look at 2nd down and 9 now for the Boll Weevils. Ball is over on the right hash mark. Weevils moving from right to left here in this third period. As they look into the sideline to Coach Qualls, he'll call the play in. On 2nd and 9. Put a receiver in motion to the wide side. Falk gets happy feet, takes off running. He's at the 45. He'll be down to the Tiger 43-yard line before he's brought down there. He felt the pressure coming as the pocket collapsed on him and somehow got away and was able to pick up some positive yardage out of that. But the Weevils will look at 3rd down and 4. Third and 4 from the Tiger 43-yard line. The yard to gain is the 39 for the first down. Tavion steps back in the shotgun. Sultan stays in it to running back. One to throw. Pressure coming from the outside, going deep. A lot of contact, and as flags come in, going to be defensive pass interference called against the cornerback over here for ECU. That's going to be another first down for the Weevils, both by penalties on this drive. And both coming on 3rd down. That happened back in the first half against UAM. Set up a score for ECU back in the first half. We'll mark off the penalty against the Tigers, and that's going to put it all the way down inside the 30, all the way down to the 28-yard line of ECU. 1st and 10 Boll Weevils. Home opener here for the Weevils this year. Of course, they went on the road last week, traveled out to Durant. Came away with a loss to Southeastern. Trying to avenge that loss here in the Great American Conference tonight. They trail by 4, but knocking on the door. 1st and 10 from the Tiger 28-yard line. Coming in motion is T.J. Fields. They'll have trips on the left side. Falk rolling to his left, looking over the middle now, throws, and it's going to be intercepted. Trying to squeeze it and thread the needle, and it's intercepted. Coming up with the pick is going to be Michael 𝗗𝗓𝗏𝗗𝗏, outside linebacker for the Tigers. 2nd turnover of the night against the Weevils. 2nd interception thrown by Tavion Falk. And the Tigers will take over inside the 25. They'll mark it at We'll be right here back at home as we take on Henderson State. Another 6 o'clock kickoff next Saturday night. Tailgating will start somewhere around 1 or 2 o'clock out there on Tailgate Row. And we hope you'll come out and join us next Saturday here at Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium for another Great American Conference matchup as the Reddies of Henderson State come to town next Saturday. Official timeout down on the field. We'll keep it here, though. Again, the Tigers jumped out to a 14-0 lead. The Weevils started scoring in the second quarter, outscored them 13-3, had some momentum at halftime, going in at halftime. Their first drive stalled at the 30-yard line as they turned it over on downs. The second drive by the Weevils, an interception, ends this drive at the 22-yard line of the Tigers. The Tigers' only possession here in the third period, they turned it over on downs at the 36-yard line. All right, Tigers with the football, 1st and 10. 𝗟𝗔𝗒𝗘𝗦𝗖𝗟, your quarterback. Going to hand it off to 𝗟𝗔𝗟. 𝗟𝗔𝗟 picking his way. He'll get it out to the 25. A gain of 3 on the play there for the Tigers. Getting up off the bottom of the pile now for UAM. Timothy Marshall, junior transfer out of Houston, Texas, 6'2", 290. They give him a gain of 3. They mark it out at the 25-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7 now for ECU. Again, they go into a traditional huddle. It's something we don't see a whole lot of. This time, the quarterback, 𝗟𝗔𝗒𝗘𝗦, goes underneath center. His tailback lines 7 yards off the ball. Back behind him, 𝗟𝗔𝗟. A quick pitch to him, trying to sweep it to the left side. He's going to be hit at the 25, dragging bodies with him out over the 30, out to the 31. Going to be about a yard shy of the first down as he'll carry it out close to the 31-yard line. And the Tigers will look at 3rd down and 1. Updating some scores for you. The other 2 games going on tonight. Ouachita leading Southeastern 20-14 with a little under 3 minutes to go before halftime. And Henderson State up on Oklahoma Baptist 21-0 with just before halftime out there. Those games started at 7 tonight. 3rd down and 1 for the Tigers. They go empty backfield. Kennedy, high snap. They fake the snap, and they actually go to a handoff up in front, and they get the first down. Fake the high snap. I tell you what, East Central's pulled out some tricks tonight on some trick plays, and that was one of them. That they get the first down, it is successful. They'll mark it down at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers from their own 34. Kennedy going to hand it off to 𝗟𝗔𝗟. 𝗟𝗔𝗟 hit at the line. He may break a tackle. He's at the left sideline at the 40, 45, and finally run out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Weevils had him wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Couldn't hold on. He's not very big. The running back for them, the tailback, Cade 𝗟𝗔𝗟, is listed at 5'8", 193 pounds, but he's all leg muscle. We're down to 3:43 left to go here in the third quarter. 17-13 our score. Tigers with the lead. Another first down for them out at their own 45-yard line. Kennedy will send one receiver to either side, a tight end to the short side of the field, right into the Tiger bench. Play action. Now he hands off to his tailback. That's 𝗟𝗔𝗟 again. 𝗟𝗔𝗟 straight ahead, going to gain 3. How about that was Turner this time, the running back. He'll pick up 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 now for ECU at their own 48-yard line. Weevil defense trying to stiffen again. 17-13 our score. Tigers with a 4-point lead. They stay with the tight end set. Now they go send the receivers in tight for a bunch set, and Kennedy goes underneath center. Kennedy, play action, rolling to his right, looking, has his tight end. It's caught at midfield. He'll fall forward to the 49. Great open field tackle there made by Charles Thomas, the defensive back. A gain of about 2 on the play. And maybe 3. We'll call it a gain of 3. Mark it at the 49-yard line of UAM. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 now for ECU. 3rd down and a long 4. from the Weevil 49-yard line. The last time the Weevils threw an interception back in the first half, the Tigers took it in to score. They took advantage of that turnover. Let's go with trip receivers wide left. One comes wide right on 3rd and 4. Kennedy wanting to throw. Fires over the middle. Complete at the 40-yard line. They'll have the first down as he's brought down immediately there. Making the stop for UAM is Kennedy Breedlove. But they'll move the chains and have it 1st and 10 at the Weevil 40-yard line. Down to 1:32 to go here in the third. This third quarter has flown by. Scoreless so far. Kennedy wanting to throw, has a man on the left sideline. It goes through his hands and out of bounds and incomplete down at the 25-yard line. That pass was intended out there for 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗖𝗟𝗔𝗜𝗠𝗘𝗥. So bring up 2nd down and 10 now from the 40 for the Tigers of ECU. All right, on 2nd down and 10. Still in the huddle now. They finally break it with 20 seconds on the play clock. Turner is the lone setback beside Kennedy, the quarterback. Twin receivers come wide right. Going to hand it off to Turner. Turner hit behind the line. Flags come in. He'll break the tackle. He's inside the 40 down to the 35 and finally bumped out of bounds. But the flag is in the backfield. And that's generally in the area of a hold. So they're going to walk backwards and you'll get the call. Holding.
10-yard penalty.
Called against one of the offensive linemen. So that's good. You get them behind the sticks. It'll remain 2nd down and be 2nd down and 20 now from midfield. With 1:11 left to go here in the third. The Tigers of ECU led at halftime, 17-13. That's where we stand now. 2nd down and 20. Empty backfield and 5 wide. Weevils will rush 4. Linebacker comes up and they rush 5. They were going to rush 4. Kennedy keeps it himself on a quarterback draw straight ahead. The 45, the 40 stumbles and falls forward down to the 38-yard line. Going to be well short of the first down. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 6 now for ECU as they mark him at the 36-yard line. How about it? 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. In the first half, the Tigers were 0 of 5 on 3rd down conversions. They're 1 of 1 here in the second half. So 3rd down and 6 here for the Tigers of ECU. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. A scoreless third quarter here at Convoy Leslie Cotton Bowl Stadium. 17-13, the Tigers of ECU with the lead. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers from the Weevil 36-yard line when we return in just a moment.
University of Arkansas at Monticello, success starts with strong support on and off the field. That's why UAM trusts Mainline Health to provide primary care and behavioral health services for its students and staff. From wellness visits to mental well-being, we are here to keep the Boll Weevils strong. You never have to leave